Hi students and friends, welcome to the channel Learn and Teach by Ayaz. So I will continue my video session for the paper 0620, the year May-June 2023, and the paper is 22 this time. You all know that paper 2 is multiple choice extended version. The time is 45 minutes. There will be 40 questions on this paper, and you have to choose one of the correct answer from 4 choices A, B, C, and D. The total marks for this paper is 40. Periodic table will be provided to you, and you can use calculator. So let's start the paper. Question number 1. 4 physical changes of ethanol are listed. Number 1, condensation. Number 2, evaporation. Number 3, freezing. Number 4, boiling. In which changes do the particles move further apart? Whenever particles gain energy, they move further apart. So first of all, I'm going to tell you which of these changes does not involve the taking in of energy. One does not involve taking in of energy, as well as 3. Both of these changes are releasing energy by the particles, because particles are coming closer to each other. In case of evaporation and boiling, the particles are gaining energy and they move further apart. So obviously, choice C will be the right answer for this question. Question number 2, an atom of element X contains 5 protons, 6 neutrons, 5 electrons. Which statements about element X are correct? Now, which element we have with the proton number of 5? We have boron as the proton number of 5. Its nucleon number is 11, which means if you add up the number of protons and neutrons, you will get 11, which will be the nucleon number of this atom. Now, I'm reading the statements. Number 1, X has an atomic number of 6. Is the atomic number of X is 6? No, the atomic number will be 5. Number of proton means the atomic number will be 5. So this is incorrect. Number 2, X has a nucleon number of 11. I have already calculated for you. So this will be the right statement. Number 3, X is in group 2 of the periodic table. Looking at the position of B, it's in group 3, not group 2. So this is also incorrect statement. Number 4, X is in the second period of the periodic table. If you look at the period of X, which is B here, it's in the second period. This is period number 1, first period. This is period number 2, second period. These are periods. So it's in second period. So number 4 is also correct. So choice D will be the right answer in this case. Number 3, ammonia NH3 is a covalent molecule. Which diagram shows the outer shell electron arrangement in a molecule of ammonia? The formula of ammonia is provided to you. It contains nitrogen and 3 hydrogen atoms. The displayed formula for ammonia will be this, or this. So let's look at the position of nitrogen in the periodic table. It's in group 5. Nitrogen is in group 5, which means it must have 5 valence electrons. What about hydrogen? Hydrogen contains only 1 valence electron. So nitrogen atom will share 3 of its valence electron with each hydrogen atom. This leaves 2 valence electron, which is also known as lone pair in ammonia. So A is incorrect. We don't see any 2 lone pairs in this case. But what B? In B, they have shown 2 valence electrons of hydrogen, which is also incorrect. So this is also incorrect. Number C. C is correct because 3 of the electrons of nitrogen are shared with each hydrogen atom, and 2, which is a lone pair, is shown as 2 cross line. So C will be the right answer in this case. Let's see the last one. It is also incorrect because in this 5 electrons of nitrogen are shown, but each hydrogen atom, they are showing 2 valence electrons. So this is incorrect. Number 4, which structure does silicon 4 oxide most closely resemble? For silicon oxide has this structure. This is the structure of silicon oxide. I'm drawing the small part of it. This is known as tetrahedral arrangement. So one of the choices must have tetrahedral arrangement if it is resembling silicon 4 oxide. So carbon dioxide is a simple molecule, incorrect. Diamond is correct because it is the only one with tetrahedral arrangement. For your convenience, I'm reading the other choices also. Graphite, incorrect because it has hexagonal arrangement. Sodium chloride is an ionic compound. It has giant ionic lattice. So this is also incorrect. So B will be the right answer in this case. Number 5, substance P conducts electricity when solid. Which particles move in solid P so that it can conduct electricity? Now they are saying substance P conducts electricity when solid. A solid conducts electricity due to the presence of valence electrons only. So obviously 3 will be the right answer in this case. The conduction of electricity in solid states not due to the presence of anion or cations. It's due to the free moving electrons. So D will be the right answer for number 5. Number 6, which equation represents a chemical change? So if you look at the reactions, this is the physical change. A is a physical change. In B, the compound solid is produced when the ions in the aqueous solution combine. So this is a chemical change. What about next one? KCl solid reacts with H2O liquid, producing K positive aqueous plus Cl negative ion in aqueous solution. This is not a chemical change because only ions are becoming free in the water. Aqueous means water. It's a Latin word. It means water. So this is also physical change. Number D, Na plus NO3 minus aqueous, giving you NO3 aqueous. This is also a physical change because both have same meaning. In fact, it's not a physical change. Both have same meaning. Either you write Na plus aqueous plus NO3 minus aqueous or NaNO3 aqueous. It has same meaning. So A, C and D, all these 3 are incorrect. B will be the right answer in this case. Number 7, which sample contains the largest number of molecules? So what I will do in this case, I will calculate the number of moles for each of these. Then we will know the number of molecules in these. 16 gram of methane. For this we need MR of methane. MR of methane, CH4. You must know the MR of methane in order to calculate the number of moles. What is the proton nucleon number of carbon? It's in group 4. Its nucleon number is 12. This is the nucleon number. Hydrogen, it's 1. So we have 12 plus 4 multiplied by 1. So we are getting 16. 16 is the MR of methane. So number of moles, the formula for number of moles will be mass by MR, which is same in this case. 16 divided by 16, you will have 1 mole. You know, in 1 mole, there will be 6.02 into 10 raised to power 23 molecules. What about B? 16 gram of oxygen. Again, you have to calculate the MR of oxygen. MR of oxygen, O2. There are 2 atoms of oxygen. So 2 multiplied by nucleon number. Nucleon number of oxygen. Here is oxygen. Nucleon number will be 16. So 2 multiplied by 16, what we will get? We will get 32. So the moles for oxygen will be 16 divided by 32, 1 divided by 2, or you can even write 0.5. 0.5 moles. So obviously 0.5 moles, there will be less number of particles. I'm not going to calculate the particles. Obviously, there will be less number of particles in oxygen. So narrow down the choice. B can't be the correct answer. What about 16 gram of phosphorus P4? Where is phosphorus? Here is phosphorus in group 5. 31 is the nucleon number. So MrP4, you have to multiply 4 by 31. We will get 4 multiplied by 1, 4, 4, 3 the 12, 124. So if we will calculate the moles for this one, what we will get? We will get 16 divided by 124. 16 divided by 124. 0.129. 0.129. So we have 0.129 moles. So obviously this again can't be the right answer. Last one. 16 dm cube of methane at RTP. 16 dm cube of methane. We know that 1 mole of any gas occupies a volume of 24 dm cube. 1 mole gas occupies 24 dm cube. So X moles in 16 dm cube. What we will get? X is equal to 16 divided by 24. Definitely, if you will divide 16 by 24, you will get answer lesser than 1. That is 0.666 moles. So choice A will be the right answer for this question. Number 8. The concentration of a sample of dilute aqueous sodium hydroxide is found by titration. The apparatus used is shown. Which information is needed to calculate the concentration of the dilute aqueous sodium hydroxide in mole per dm cube? For this, you should know the reaction between sodium hydroxide and hydrochloric acid. The equation is this: NaOH plus HCl will get NaCl plus H2O. Let's see the equation is balanced. Yes, the equation is balanced. We have 1 atom of sodium on both sides, 1 atom of chlorine on both sides, 1 atom of oxygen, and 2 atoms of hydrogen. So the moles are correctly shown. So 1 mole of sodium hydroxide reacting with 1 mole of HCl. So we need to know the concentration of HCl in this case and the volumes of each sodium hydroxide and hydrochloric acid. So obviously choice B will be the right answer. Other choices are incorrect. We don't need the molar mass of either HCl or NaOH. Number 9. In experiment 1, aqueous copper 2 sulfate is electrolyzed using graphite electrodes. In experiment 2, aqueous copper 2 sulfate is electrolyzed using copper electrodes. Which statement identifies a half equation for a reaction at one of the electrodes? In experiment 1, the half equation of the anode reaction is 4H minus gives 2H2O plus O2 plus 4 electrons. This is correct because in this case graphite electrode is used. For your convenience, I am reading the other choices. B. In experiment 1, the half equation for the cathode reaction is 2H plus 2 electrons gives H2. This is incorrect. The reason is that hydrogen is above copper in the series. H is above Cu in the reactivity series. So we can't get hydrogen. We will definitely get copper. So this is incorrect. In experiment 2, the half equation for the anode reaction is Cu2 plus 2 electrons gives Cu, which is reduction at anode. We know that oxidation takes place. So this is also incorrect. In experiment 2, choice D. In experiment 2, the half equation for the cathode reaction is 4HOH minus gives 2H2O plus O2 plus 4 electrons. At cathode, we have reduction, not oxidation. This is the loss of electron taking place at cathode. So this is also incorrect. Obviously, A will be the right answer in this case. Number 10, which substance is not produced during the electrolysis of concentrated aqueous sodium chloride? When we will go the electrolysis of concentrated aqueous sodium chloride. So what we will get? We will get hydrogen gas at cathode. Concentrated solution means we will get chlorine gas at anode, and in the solution we will be left with sodium ions and OH negative ion. So we will also get sodium hydroxide, which is NaOH. So A is incorrect, B is incorrect, C is incorrect. C will be the right answer for this question. Question number 11. So here's a question. Methane burns in excess oxygen. The equation is shown. CH4G, G means gas state, 2O2G gives CO2G plus 2H2OG. Bond energies are shown. Here's a bond energy for C double bond O, C bond H, O double bond O, O bond H. What is the energy change for the reaction? So for this, you need to draw the display formula for each of these molecules. CH4 is this. We have 4 bonds of CH in CH4 plus 2O2. We have 2 moles of O2. So O double bond O, O double bond O. This is the reactant side. Now the product side, carbon dioxide, CO2. O double bond C double bond O, because we have 1 mole of carbon dioxide, and then we have 2 moles of water, that is H2O. Then we'll have H bond O bond H, H bond O bond H. Now for the reactant side, we have 4 CH bond. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 will be multiplied by 410. Plus we have 2 moles of O2. So we will multiply 2 by 496. This will be the reactant side. Now you know that in order to calculate the bond energies, you have to subtract the energy change for the product side from energy change from the reactant side, or energy needed to break the bond minus energy released in making of the bonds. So we'll have product side. On the product side, we have 2C double bond O. So we will multiply 2 by 805 plus we have 1, 2, 3, 4 bonds of OH. So we will multiply 4 by 460. So if you look at the choices, choice A will be the right answer in this case. As you can see, the equation, other choices are incorrect in this. Number 12, Which change increases the rate of reaction by decreasing the activation energy, EA? Now you know that catalyst is used to decrease the activation energy of the reaction, and in this way it increases the rate of reaction. So obviously choice A will be the right answer in this case. For your convenience, I am reading the other choices also. Choice B, decrease in size of solid reactants. Now, this also increases the rate of reaction, but this does not decrease the activation energy of the reactant. So this is incorrect. Choice C, increase in concentration of solution. This also increases the rate of reaction, but this does not decrease the activation energy of the reaction or reactants. Now, increase in temperature. So temperature increase means you are not decreasing the activation energy. You are increasing the energy of the reacting particle. So this is also incorrect. 13. Number 13, in the contact process, sulfur dioxide is reacted with oxygen to form sulfur trioxide. Which conditions are used in this reaction? This is learning by heart. So the temperature is 450 degrees centigrade. So obviously either choice C is correct or D is correct. Both A and B is incorrect. Now I have narrowed down the choices. So in choice C, the pressure is 200 kPa, which is correct. And catalyst vanadium 5 oxide, this is also correct. This looks correct to me. For your convenience, I am reading the last one. We don't have 20,000 kPa. It does not require very high pressure, so this is incorrect. And also the catalyst is not iron, so this is also incorrect. So obviously choice C will be the right answer in this case. Number 14, which reaction is reversible? An iron nail rusting when left in moist air. Now this can't be reversed because it produces a flake rust, which is iron 3 oxide, hydrated iron 3 oxide. So this is not reversible. This can't be reversed. So A is incorrect. B, limestone reacting with an acid to form carbon dioxide gas. Now this is also not reversible because the gas is released in the air. Number C, magnesium burning in air to produce a white ash. Now, whenever magnesium is burned in air, so it means it's reacting with oxygen to produce magnesium oxide, which is white ash. This is also not reversible. The reason is that it's reacting with the gas oxygen, so you can't get oxygen. Now, what about D? White anhydrous copper 2 sulfate turning blue when water is added. Now you can revert this reaction because neither of the product is coming from the air. So you can simply heat this and you will get the anhydrous copper 2 sulfate. So this will be the right answer for question number 14. Number 15, the equation for the reaction of sulfur dioxide with acidified potassium dichromate 6 is shown. 3SO2 plus Cr2O7 2 minus plus 2H positive gives 3SO4 2 minus plus 2Cr3 plus H2O. What is oxidized and what is the oxidizing agent? Now, this one is not that difficult because oxidizing agent is the potassium dichromate. So obviously either choice A is correct or D is correct. Both B and C is incorrect. So what is oxidized in this reaction? If you look at this equation, SO2 is oxidized, not Cr2O7 is oxidized. So obviously A will be the right answer in this case. If you want to further work on this question, so you need to calculate the oxidation number of the atoms on S and O2. Then you will be able to know the which is oxidized and which is reduced. Number 16, What is the definition of a strong acid? A proton acceptor that is completely dissociated in aqueous solution. Remember, acid is not proton acceptor, it's a proton donor. So either C is correct or D is correct. Both A and B is incorrect. So C, a proton donor that is completely dissociated in aqueous solution. This is correct because strong acid completely dissociate in aqueous solution. Number D, a proton donor that's partially dissociated in aqueous solution. This is incorrect. The reason is that this is the property of weak acid, not strong acid. Number 17, which statement about amphoteric oxides is correct? They are made by combining an acidic oxide with a basic oxide. No, we don't have any information whether we are getting amphoteric oxide from acidic oxide and basic oxides, but we know that they act as both as an acid and base, or in other words, you can say they can react with both acid and bases. So only choice C will be the right answer in this case. For your convenience, I am reading the other statements also. Number B, they react with water to give a solution of pH 7. This is incorrect. They do not give neutral solution. Number D, they do not react with acids or bases. This is also incorrect. As C is correct, you can see they react with both acids and bases. Number 18, copper 2 carbonate is formed when aqueous sodium carbonate is added to aqueous copper 2 nitrate. The ionic equation for the reaction is shown. This is the ionic equation: CO3 2 minus aqueous plus Cu2 plus aqueous gives CuCO3. S means solid. How is pure copper 2 carbonate obtained from the reaction mixture? You can see the state of copper 2 carbonate. It's in the solid state. Definitely we have to filter. So both A and B is incorrect. We can't evaporate the solution in order to get the copper 2 carbonate solid. You have to filter. So the first step must be filter. First step is filter. Then you have to wash the crystals, then dry in the air. So obviously D will be the right answer. In this case, C is incorrect. Number 19, Q and R are elements in the same period of the periodic table. Q has 7 electrons in its outer shell and R has 2 electrons in its outer shell. Which statement about Q and R is correct? Now both Q and R in the same period. So this is the periodic table, group 7 and group 2. 7 valence electron means it must be in group 7. 2 valence electron means it must be in group 2. So in same period, if you will take fluorine and beryllium as an example, you see both of these are in the same period. And look at their proton number. Beryllium is 4, fluorine is 9. I am writing it here. Beryllium 4, fluorine 9. Now Q is a metal. This is Q and this is R. Q is a metal and R is a non-metal. This is incorrect because Q is a non-metal and R is a metal. B, Q and R have different number of electron shells. This is also incorrect. The reason is that both of these are in the same period, which means they have same number of electron shells. Electron shells means they are talking about filled electron shells. Number C, R is found to the right of Q in the periodic table. Now R can't be found on the right hand side of the periodic table because Q is a non-metal. It must be on the right hand side of the periodic table as compared to R. So this is also incorrect. Choice D will be the right answer. For your convenience, I'm reading it. The proton number of R is less than the proton number of Q. You can see the proton number. Proton number of Q is higher than R. So D is the right answer in this case. Number 20, lead 2 sulfate is an insoluble salt. Which reaction produces a mixture from which lead 2 sulfate is obtained by filtration? adding solid lead to carbonate to dilute sulfuric acid. Now, lead to carbonate, it's insoluble, so we can't get the lead to sulfate by dissolving this, by adding solid lead to carbonate to dilute sulfuric acid. So this is incorrect. B, adding solid lead to hydroxide to dilute sulfuric acid. Again, this is also wrong. You can't get it because it will not react with dilute acid. It must react with concentrated acid. Number C, adding metallic lead to dilute sulfuric acid. Lead is among the least reactive metals. So it must be reacting with the concentrated acid. So last choice we will add aqueous lead to nitrate to dilute sulfuric acid. This must be correct. The reason is that all nitrates are soluble. So lead to nitrate must be soluble one. So you can prepare by adding aqueous lead to nitrate to dilute sulfuric acid. Then we'll get this lead to sulfate, which is insoluble, and you can obtain it by filtration. Number 21. Which statement about alkali metals is correct? A, lithium is more dense than sodium. Now let's look at the position of lithium and sodium. Lithium and sodium both are in group 1. What is the trend in group 1 about the density? The density increases down the group. Density increases down the group. So this can't be the right answer. Number B, sodium is more reactive than potassium. This is incorrect because if you look at the position of these lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, reactivity increases down the group. So potassium is more reactive than sodium. Sodium is not more reactive than potassium. This is also incorrect. C, sodium has a higher melting point than potassium. This is correct because the melting point decreases down the group. Melting point decreases down the group. So this must be the right statement. Last one, they are in group 2 of the periodic table. This is incorrect. They are both of these are in group 1 of the periodic table. Number 22, which row describes the properties of a transition element? Now, in this, they are talking about the properties of transition element. This one is very easy. So either choice A is correct or B is correct. Both C and D is incorrect. Now, I've already narrowed down the choices. I'm reading the other statement for this one. Like melting point is high for A, density low, form colored compounds no. So this is incorrect. Obviously, B will be the right answer. Melting point high, density high, form colored compounds. Yes, they form colored compounds. 23. Which row identifies the properties of zinc? This one is very easy. Zinc is a metal. It's a metal. So it must have high thermal conductivity and it will definitely react with dilute acid. So you can easily predict the answer for this one. A is the right answer for this MCQ. Number 24, uses of metals depend on their properties. Which property is necessary for the use given? A, car bodies, ductile. Ductile property is made into wires. So we are making into wires to make car bodies. This is incorrect. Cutlery conducts heat. We don't need conductor of heat for making of cutlery. So this is also incorrect. Food container. This resists corrosion. This is correct because in food containers, metal must resist corrosion. So this is the right answer. The last one, D, overhead electrical cables, high density. It must have low density or light when they are used in overhead cables. So this is also incorrect. So C will be the right answer for this. MCQ. Number 25, which compounds both contribute to acid rain? Now, acid rain is due to the acidic oxides in the air. So straight away you will see the oxides which acts as acidic in the air. So we have oxides of nitrogen, sulfur dioxide. So for your convenience, I am reading the other choices also. A, carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide. This can't be correct because carbon monoxide is neutral. B, carbon monoxide and oxides of nitrogen. This is also incorrect. D, sulfur dioxide and carbon dioxide. Now, carbon dioxide is not considered as main culprit in the formation of acid rain. So obviously choice C will be the right answer for this question. Question number 26. Here's question number 26. P, Q, R and S are metals. P reacts with dilute hydrochloric acid forming hydrogen. Q reacts violently with water. R reacts with water to give hydrogen. S is formed by heating its oxide with carbon. Which row identifies the metals? Now here metals are copper, sodium, potassium, iron, zinc, magnesium, calcium. So we have these metals. So first of all, I'm going to place these metals according to the reactivity series. So you know that potassium is the most reactive. K is the symbol for potassium. So I'm writing the K for potassium. Then we have sodium. Na is the symbol for sodium. Then we have calcium, Ca, magnesium, Mg. Then we have zinc, iron, then copper. Remember, between copper and iron, there is hydrogen. So these are the metals from the series. So let's see the identity of these PQRS using this series. Now, if you look at the reaction of Q, it's reacting violently with water. So Q must be potassium, K. Then you are having R react with water to give hydrogen. So if you look at the series, you can have R as either Na, Ca or Mg because these reacts with water. Other reacts before hydrogen with steam, that is hot water, does not react with water. So R can either be Na, Ca or Mg. What about P? P is reacting with dilute hydrochloric acid. You can't be having copper as P. You can either have zinc or iron as P. What about S? S is formed by heating its oxide with carbon. So S, you can either have Fe or Zn. Now, if you look at the choices, in P, they are saying copper, zinc, iron. So what is the possibility? You cannot have A as the correct answer. You can have either B, C or D as your correct answer. Now let's look at the identity of Q. Now in the question they are saying Q reacts violently with water. It must be potassium. So D looks correct to me. So I'm reading the other choices. R, what is the identity of R? R is reacting with water. You can have sodium, calcium or magnesium. So we have sodium, this is also correct. S, you can have either iron or zinc as S. So D will be the right answer for this question. Number 27, which compound is formed when iron rust? When iron rust, it forms hydrated iron 3 oxide. This is a formula for hydrated iron 3 oxide, Fe2O3 dot XH2O. So in this case, D must be the right answer. 28. Why is cryolite used in the extraction of aluminium by electrolysis? Cryolite is used to decrease the melting point of aluminum oxide or alumina, or to dissolve or to increase the conductivity of aluminum oxide. So we have only one choice that is correct in this case. It dissolves the aluminum oxide. A will be the right answer in this case. For your convenience, I am reading the other choices. It protects the anode from corrosion. This is wrong. C, it changes bauxite to aluminum oxide. This is also incorrect. It's not used to convert bauxite to aluminum oxide. Aqueous sodium hydroxide is used to remove the impurities in order to get the aluminum oxide. D, it decreases the melting point of the aluminum. This is also incorrect. So A will be the right answer for this question. 29. A wax candle is made from a mixture of hydrocarbons. The candle is lit and placed in a gas jar along with a strip of cobalt-2 chloride test paper as shown. Cobalt-2 chloride paper. This is a cobalt-2 chloride paper. This is the gas jar. Now you are having wax candle at the bottom, and here we are having combustion products. I am writing the combustion products of wax candle. As they have mentioned in the question, it's a mixture of hydrocarbons, so you must be getting carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, steam or water, and in the end you'll be left with unburned carbon or soot. After a short time, the oxygen in the jar is used up and the candle flame goes out. Which substance does the cobalt-2 chloride paper identify? So definitely, as you all know, cobalt-2 chloride paper is used to identify or to test water. H2O. So D will be the right answer for this MCQ. Number 30, the hydrocarbon C4H8 has two structural isomers, butene and butene. Which statement is correct? A, butene has the structural formula CH3CH double bond CH3 and the same general formula as butane. Butene is alkene. Butene is alkene, so it can't be having same general formula as butane because butane is alkane. This is alkane. So A is the incorrect answer in this case. B, butene has a structural formula CH3CH double bond CH3. This is correct, and the same empirical formula as ethene. Now I'm writing the molecular formula of butene. It is C4H8. What about the molecular formula of ethene? It is C2H4. This is ethene. Butene and ethene. Now let's write the empirical formula for both of these. We will get CH2. So this statement looks correct to me. For your convenience, I am reading the other statements. Butene has the structure formula CH3, CH2, CH double bond, CH2. This is correct. And the same general formula as butane. Again, this is wrong because butane is an alkane and butene is alkene. This is incorrect. D, butene has the structure formula CH3, CH, CH2, double bond, CH. This is incorrect. This formula is incorrect, so no need to read the last statement for this one. Obviously, B will be the right answer for this question. Number 31, which compound rapidly decolorizes aqueous bromine? This is the test used to identify alkenes or unsaturated organic compounds. This is an easy one. So propene will be the right answer for this question. Other choices are incorrect because propane is an alkane, does not decolorize. Propanoic acid does not react with aqueous bromine. Propanol also does not react with aqueous bromine. 32. What are the products of the addition reactions of ethene with bromine and hydrogen? What is the formula of ethene? This is the formula of ethene, C2H4. When it reacts with bromine, there is a formula for bromine, Br2, we will get C2H4Br2 or CH2Br, CH2Br. When it's reacted with hydrogen, we will get alkane, and that is C2H6 or CH3CH3. So obviously A will be the right answer in this case. Other choices are incorrect because in B they are saying CH2Br, CH2Br, this is correct, but CH2CH2 after adding hydrogen, this is incorrect. C, CH3, CH2Br, this is incorrect. The reason is that Br2 is added, so you must have two Br atoms in the molecule of ethene. This is correct. D, CH3CH2Br, again this is incorrect. After adding hydrogen, CH2CH2, this is also incorrect. 33, ethanol is manufactured by fermentation and the catalytic addition of steam to ethene. Which row describes an advantage of both methods? Now let's see the advantage of both of these methods. I will read the statements one by one. A, from sugar by fermentation, that ethanol needs to be purified. This is not the advantage, so no need to read the other statement. A is incorrect. B, it's a batch process, and from ethene and steam, ethene comes from petroleum. Petroleum is not a renewable resource, so this is also not an advantage. So B is also incorrect. C, the process is slow, so this is also not advantage. Obviously, D will be the right answer for this question. Renewable resources are used when we are preparing alcohol from fermentation of sugar, and the ethanol produced is pure when we are getting ethanol by reacting ethene and steam. So D will be the right answer for this multiple choice question. 34. Methanoic acid and propane one all react to form an ester. What is the structure formula of the ester? Now methanoic acid, we will get methanoate ion from it, which is HCOO minus, and from propane one all we will get alkyl, that is propyl, and it must be CH3 CH2 CH2, 3 carbon. So after combining these two, we must get HCOO CH2 CH2 CH3. So A will be the right answer in this case. For your convenience, I am reading the other formulas also. In B, CH3 CH2 COO CH3. This is incorrect because this is methyl propanoate. This is methyl propanoate. This is methyl group. C, we are getting ethyl propanoate. This is ethyl group. This one is ethyl group. This one is methyl. The top one we are getting propyl. Last one, CH3 CH2 CH2 COOH. This is wrong. This is acid. This is carboxylic acid. So this is wrong. 35. What is the correct structure of PET? What is PET? PET is polyester. So it must be having ester group. So the only molecule having ester group is this one, B. These are the ester group. It is polyester. So B will be the right answer. In A, we are having amide group. This is amide group. This is incorrect. C, again we are having amide group. So this is also incorrect. In D, we are having one ester group and one carbonyl group, which is not part of your syllabus. So D is incorrect. So for 35, B will be the right answer. 36, alkanes undergo substitution reactions in the presence of ultraviolet light. Which equation represents a substitution reaction of ethane? So when ethane reacts with chlorine, we will get the substituted products. We will get two products. We will get haloalkane and hydrogen halide or hydrogen chloride in this case. So obviously C and D is incorrect. We are left with A and B. So either A is correct or B is correct. So in A, C2H6 plus Cl2 gives C2H4, which is ethene. This is incorrect. So obviously A is incorrect. B will be the right answer for number 36. Methane reacts with chlorine in substitution reactions. How many different products containing a single carbon atom can be made during the reactions? So when you are reacting methane with chlorine, you will get these substitution products: CH3Cl, CH2Cl2, CHCl3, CCl4, and the last one HCl. Now they are saying how many products involving single carbon atom. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So C must be the right answer for this question. 38. Rock salt is a mixture of salt and sand. The method used to separate the sand from the salt is listed. Step 1, crush the rock salt, add to warm water and stir. Step 2, pour the mixture through a filter paper held in a funnel. Step 3, evaporate the water to crystallize the salt. Which statement about the method is correct? The filtrate is in step 2 is pure water. No, filtrate is not a pure water. It must be having salt in it. A is incorrect. B, the residue in step 2 is pure crystals of salt. This is also incorrect. Residue is the insoluble part of the salt, which is sand in this case. C, the solute is salt. This is correct. Solute we are getting is salt. So C must be the right answer. For your convenience, I am reading the last statement. The solvent is a mixture of salt and water. Now, solvent is not a mixture of salt and water. It's water only. Number 39. Two compounds M and N are dissolved in water and separated by chromatography. The results are shown. So here we have chromatography paper. What is the RF value of M and which compound is most soluble in water? So if you want to calculate the RF value of M, we have to divide 2 by 10. So what you will get when you divide 2 by 10? 2 divided by 10.2. So either A is correct or B is correct. C and D is incorrect. Now, next point is that which compound is most soluble in water? Definitely the one which has traveled most. So in this case, it must be N. So B will be the right answer for this question. The last question, when acid is added to salt X, a gas is produced which turns lime water milky. When sodium hydroxide is added to salt X, a gas is produced which turns litmus paper blue. What is X? Now, when acid is added to salt X, a gas is produced which turns lime water milky. So gas must be carbon dioxide, and the gas is coming from the carbonate ion. So it must be having carbonate ion. The salt must be having carbonate ion. So either A is correct, B is correct, or D is correct. C is incorrect. Now, next point. When sodium hydroxide is added to salt X, a gas is produced which turns litmus paper blue. it must be the ammonium ion. So when ammonium ion is reacted with sodium hydroxide, it produces a gas which is ammonia, and it turns litmus paper to blue. So obviously choice B will be the right answer in this case. Thanks for watching. Press like and share my videos. For more videos, subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon.